Good afternoon, and welcome back to Daily Dhamma, a letter to our children. We've been gone for 2 weeks, and we're happy to be back. I'm Dhamma Bum, and I'll be your guide for today's guided meditation. Today is Friday, June 16th, and our topic will be right action, especially charity, kindness, and restraint. Today, when we left off 2 weeks ago, we had just finished a review of the 3 subsidiary streams in the Eightfold Path. And hey, Dhammaji, sorry I was wrong. It wasn't 4 minutes, it was 1. Anyway, our theme for June is right action. And today we're going to take a look at some suggestions for what right action might entail. On Fridays, we look at making amends, repairing relationships, restoring our practice where it might have fallen off. We encourage people to check the description box for this and other episodes. In about 24 hours, there will be a closed caption version with a transcript available. And the super thanks button will probably be available tomorrow too. It takes about 24 hours for those things to get straightened out. As always, we do guided meditation with the hopes that participants will get enough information, have enough practice, get enough insight into this that you'll think about doing practice on your own using as a soundtrack silence or birds or chanting or temple bells. When we do meditation in this group, we start with samatha, which is serenity, getting into the flow and ready to go to the second stage, which is panya or wisdom. Some people say vipassana. But first we get serene and then we wise up. Wisdom never arises from a mind in turmoil. And just by the way, the first 12 or 13 minutes of this is samatha. The purpose is to calm down and get into the groove. And the second half is a Dhamma talk, which perhaps is surplus to needs for beginners. And so I'll give you a heads up when we get to the halfway mark. If this is useful, please give us a thumbs up and a super thanks. And thanks to Mrs. Dhamma for the roses who are busy being roses just now. Dhamma G, Eddie Co, Brian, Mike, Ozzy, Sam. And with that, on my mark. Please find yourself in a quiet spot, spine straight and shoulders back, chin lowered. Let your hands rest in your lap or on your thighs or your knees. Breathe in through your nose. Watch it go down past your heart to your stomach and back out the same way. Breathe in through your nose. Watch it go down past your heart to your stomach and back out the same way. Just smooth, natural breaths for you. Watching the light. When outside thoughts intrude, gently brush them aside, thinking, no, that's not my business. I'm focused on the light as it goes in through my nose, down past my heart to my stomach, and back out the same way. On Fridays, we always start with the Dhammapada, verses 3 through 5. He abused me. attacked me, defeated me, robbed me. For someone hostile like this, hatred does not end. He abused me, attacked me, defeated me, robbed me. For someone not hostile like this, hatred ends. For hatred never ends through hatred. By non-hate alone does it end. This is an ancient truth. So we are taught that our thoughts lead to our moods, delusions, obsessions, and this is why we meditate, to calm our mind and tame our heart. We look at our thoughts, we examine them, we see them for what they are, and we let them go. If we let go a little, we get a little serenity. If we let go a lot, we get a lot of serenity. And if we let go completely, that is, if we accept life on life's terms, we find complete serenity. And what we find is that we are as happy as we want to be. Our attitude is entirely up to us, and we are not the boss. We need to say a few words about the human condition. Our existence consists of 5 khandhas, or clinging aggregations, and they are our body, our feelings, memories and perceptions, thoughts, and consciousness. And they are all impermanent, anicca, unsatisfactory, dukkha, and not the self, anatta. We look at them, we examine them, we look at them with cool eyes, and we let them go. We cannot touch them anywhere. Cannot touch them they're like a ball of molten lead. We cannot touch it on the top or on the sides. We cannot touch it on the bottom without burning ourselves badly. Now, as meditators, we have 3 duties: mindfulness, collectedness, and contentment. Mindfulness. In this group, we look at the ball of light as it goes in through our nose, down past our heart to our stomach, and back out the same way. We focus on the light and we listen to the Dhamma talk in the second part of our meditation, not to be attached to it or to get hooked by it, but to let the words wash over us and sink into our consciousness. Our second duty is collectedness, or some people say concentration. When outside ideas and thoughts intrude, when, not if, they will intrude, we gently brush them aside, thinking, no, that's not my business. I'm focused on my breath as it goes in through my nose, down past my heart to my stomach, and back out the same way. And our last duty is contentment. We have a responsibility to be content now, not Thursday, not the day after tomorrow. We are either content now or we are not content. If we are restless, irritable, and discontent now, that is the kind of people we are. If we are content and peaceful, quiet now, that's the kind of people we are. In a word, I guess you could say quietude. And if you can be quiet for just a few seconds during today's meditation, after the meditation, and as we go through our weekend looking back on the past week, we can stretch those seconds into minutes, just a little more, just a little more. There's that pause. And we just stitch these quanta of quiet together. And before we know it, it's like magic. We look up and, wow, I've not had an angry, resentful, fearful thought for an hour. How'd that happen? Well, how indeed. Now, as we consider our past week, we look with cool eyes, and we've got 4 questions that we can ask. First, when I'm looking back at my dysfunctional interactions with people last week, am I minimizing my part and exaggerating theirs? Perhaps with a sense of entitlement. I thought I deserved something and I didn't get it. They didn't give it to me. And now I'm upset. Second, was I setting myself up as a victim? Did I have expectations for how people would behave or things would go? And then when that didn't happen, I threw a temper tantrum. Third, was I expecting people to be what they are not? And this is especially true with families. We know our families pretty well, and yet we think they're going to be different this time. Yeah, who's responsible for that? And last, was I expecting perfection in this life? I thought it would be perfect. Who told me that? So what we can see is that our expectations really are resentments under construction. And so if we want to find serenity, it behooves us to not have expectations. We can't see the future. And that's about half of that's about the first half of this meditation. As we move into the second part, panya or wisdom, some people say vipassana. Today we're looking at right action in our practice. Now, as we covered, the Eightfold Path has 3 subsidiary streams, and they are sila, or ethical conduct, samadhi, or meditation, mental concentration, and panya, or wisdom. And first, we practice sila. We act right. If we're living a double life, we cannot sit in meditation because we're not comfortable in our own skin. If we're half stepping, if we're living one way to our family members and another way at work and another way down at the bar, we're half stepping. So we need to not do that. So first we act right, then we can sit in meditation. First we get calm, then we can wise up. Wisdom never arises from a mind in turmoil. So when we say act right, what do we mean? Could be many things, but today we're going to look at charity, kindness, and restraint as important tools in right action. When we say charity, we don't mean alms for the poor. We mean giving others the benefit of the doubt. Paul, the apostle everyone loves to hate, said it best in 1 Corinthians 13. Charity, and when he says charity, some people have changed that to love. Same difference. Charity never faileth, but whether there be prophecies, they shall fail. Whether there be tongues, they shall cease. Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish. For we know in part and prophesy in part. But when that which is perfect is come, that which is in part shall be done away. So we don't see the whole picture, Paul is telling us. We don't know the mind of God. We don't know for sure that we are the only people who are right. In fact, it's highly likely that we are not. So, charity, let's give other people the benefit of the doubt. Let's remember that we don't see everything. Kindness. Grown-ups are kind to other people, especially those who are weaker. We make an effort not to hurt people's feelings. And if we do, if we're wrong, we promptly admit it. We don't gossip or talk behind people's backs. Every serious ethical code includes some version of the golden rule. Might be worded a little differently, but it goes something like this. We do not do to other people what we would not want done to us. We treat others as we would like to be treated. Now, when we're dealing with other people, we can make ourselves feel better. We can elevate ourselves in one of two ways. First, we could do something good and uplifting. Golly, that's difficult. That makes me dizzy and works up an appetite. Or the other way is to tear down the people around us so that relative to us, they look lower and we look higher. Now, grown-ups don't use that second method. We should seek to uplift others, not push them down. So, practicing charity and practicing kindness as well both require restraint. In Taoism, they have a thing called Wu Wei, which is a kind of aerobic inaction. Uh, one way to put it would be don't just do something, stand there, pause. That pause is critical to self restraint. We try to be mindful as we go through our days. And when we come up against something that upsets us, we should take a breath before we react. We can think about the other person. Maybe they didn't mean it the way it sounded. Q-tip, we should quit taking it personally. Other people have problems. Why do we expect that they'll have everything perfect? That doesn't sound right. Maybe we could give them a hand. We should always keep in mind that the noble ones say, not for sure. A little humility. There are some things that we can do that help us in meditation, and they help us in our daily life as we go through this weekend. Let's think about these suggestions. We should project feelings of unconditional positive regard, loving feelings, metta, with 2 T's. Second, we should practice generosity of the spirit. We just talked about that. We should practice kindness. We just talked about that too. And helpfulness. When someone asks us to do something, what else were we doing? Are we saying no because it's impossible for us to do, or because we didn't come up with the idea first? There's a difference. We should practice sati, which is mindfulness, and sampajana, which is self-awareness. And we should provide selfless service to all. Selfless service means that we relate to the divine spark within other people. We act, we perform our duties with no thought of the outcome. Outcomes are God's business, and God can be whatever you want God to be. Someone said, God is the name we give to the blanket we toss over the mystery to give it shape. There, that should be self-selected as all get out. So choose whatever you think God is. That God is in charge of the outcomes, not us. We sit, it goes like this. We sit in the front of the boat and we row and we row and we row. And in the back of the boat is God, good orderly direction, grace over drama, great universal spirit. Whatever God is sitting in the back, hands on the tiller, guiding us to the safe harbor where we belong. We should practice reciprocal love. Reciprocal love is not emotional blackmail. It's mutual regard and respect for the divine spark in others. I see your pain, I honor it, but I don't need to fix it. I mind my own business, stay in my own lane. It's compassion, not codependency. So this weekend, as you're going through your days, if you find yourself restless, irritable, or discontent, take a breath, excuse yourself, go into the next room. Imagine a ball of light an inch or two below your nostrils. Breathe in through your nose. Watch it go down past your heart to your stomach and back out the same way. Namaste. Okay. Thank you very much for being here. We've missed you. We did. This is one of the highlights of my week. We'll be back Monday, June 22nd at 8:45 a.m. Japan time. We invite you to come. If you're here, you already know how to get here. If you're listening to this afterwards, which most people do, please check the daily Dhamma episode for today, June 19th, and it's got a little 3-part thing in there. Thank you, Dhamma Ji. Have a great day, and we will be seeing you soon. If this was useful, please think about giving us a like, a comment, share with others. Consider giving us a super thanks. That won't be available until tomorrow. Oh, and I forgot, Daily Dhamma, A Letter to Our Children, the book, is now available on Kindle Unlimited. So if you're a member of that, you can download that for free. And we would encourage you to do that if you would like. And thank you again very much for coming. And we'll see you again on Monday. Have a wonderful weekend. Namaste.